Andy, you think a ban is absolutely not what we should be doing. We should be teaching children how to play these games because they're good learning experiences.
Yeah, games have a lot more to them than just entertainment. I think the danger of just looking at screen time and sort of limiting that and just sort of throwing them away means that you stop that healthy debate around that. We don't worry about plate time when we think about diet. We worry about what's on the plate.
Yeah.
And in a similar way,
Lorrine,
screen time.
What is it about Fortnite which you think is particularly damaging?
Well, I think, what worries me is the fact that it's free and then it's linked to a credit card. I had an example last night of a mum that phoned me that told me her child was playing it. Suddenly she looked on her on the phone. The credit card had just had a debit placed on it by this child. She went up, he started crying, saying, "I'm sorry, Mummy," and all of this business.
How much money?
20 quid on this occasion, however. And she closed the door and she sat outside the room and the kid turned around to his other friends online saying, "It worked."
He got away with it.
He got away with it. Now, what happens if you haven't got that app? I think the truth of the matter is we have to have parental control. Clearly, this is dangerous. If you can click onto a credit card and then buy downloads on it.
To be fair, that's a feature of a lot of online games.
Then it should be stopped.
OK, that is one issue. But the issue about Fortnite is that it's not often that teachers issue a warning to parents about a particular game.
There's a story in the Mirror, right? 9-year-old girl is in intensive therapy after becoming so hooked on Fortnite, she wet herself to keep playing. The girl secretly got up in the night and played until dawn. They neglected to go to the toilet because she couldn't bear to leave the screen, hit her father in the face when he tried to confiscate her Xbox gaming console. She's a 9-year-old girl. Now, the thing about this is I've got 4 kids, right? And my youngest girl's nearly 7. She loves various things like this. Not this one, but various other things. You have to, as a parent, exercise parental responsibility. If she was up all night doing this, I would just take it away. I mean, surely it has to start with parents. I mean, you say about screen time not being the thing is what you put on the screen. I don't agree with that. If you put a kid of 9 years old and let them play on a screen all night long, they're going to be exhausted and they're going to be addicted and a bit weird.
And what
because
is it that's making them refuse to go to the toilet?
Well, I mean,
because they want to carry on playing?
Games are designed to be fun. And you can...
But that's not fun. That's an addiction. That's people being hooked on what they're seeing on a screen. I know if I'm in front of a screen too long, I feel a bit weird. Right? So imagine what a young kid does to them. So your analogy to food, I just don't think is the correct analogy. Screen time is important, and you've got to limit it with kids.
I think screen time is important to start with, but parents need to be able to make an informed choice about what other games they're playing and play a role in broadening that diet of games.
But parents today do not know how to say no.
Right.
Because if you say no, then you make yourself unpopular, and you parents then believe that if they're unpopular, the children won't come to them with problems. Rubbish. It's absolute rubbish.
Totally agree with you.
It's very difficult to put boundaries in place around this when they're getting, "Oh, but all my friends are doing it." Absolutely right. And the mere fact that teachers are saying, "Get a grip," to the parents.
I agree.
What's that saying?
Once again in this country, it is too convenient to park blame
100%.
elsewhere. This is a
100%.
parental issue.
Yeah.
If you've got a child who is addicted to these games, take the damn thing off them. Limit it to 30 minutes a day.
Not even, only at the weekend.
Right, whatever. I mean, but set boundaries and then keep them.
Yeah.
Don't let these little brats demand to do it for 10 hours a day all night long.
Well,
because that's what they become, brats.
I think a much sort of healthier way to do that is to develop a debate and a conversation with your child, understanding what games have to offer beyond entertainment. I do, yes.
What do you have? How old?
10, 13 and 15.
And do you let them spend 10 hours a day on their games?
No, I don't.
What do you do?
So we talk about it. We'll play with them. I think parents...
How much time do you let them play on them?
They will play 2 or 3 hours of the weekend. They won't play during the week.
Right, so you ban them in the week?
I limit the time, so they have to do the homework.
Right, so actually your whole plate thing was a complete load of old goo,
it's about having a conversation.
Actually, when it comes to your children, you're giving completely different advice. You're saying, I'm limiting the amount of screen time you're getting.
What I'm doing...
You, sir, I'm charging with hypocrisy.
I don't think that's true, because I'm introducing different games, so I will find...
You're banning them from doing it in the week.
Other games for them to play.
You are actually eliminating their screen time.
But that's not exactly what I'm doing. I'm bringing in other games and saying, there's Fortnite, that's one limit, but also, why don't you play these other games?
I think it's the abuse of time spent on it being encouraged by weak parents. That's what I think. And I think it's interesting that you, having started from a position of, look, it's what you put on the plate, not the amount of time, actually, you don't exercise that with your own.
I do.
You do. You ban them from doing it in the week.
But I don't ban them. I introduce other games.
But if you, Mr. Head Geek, doesn't let your kids do these things in the week, there's a reason. You know it scrambles their brains.